In today's video, I'm taking inspiration from Billie Eilish's infamous yearly Vanity Fair interview to celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers thanks to you.
You should see me in a crowd.
Hi, I'm Dante, and I'm a pop culture obsessed social media content creator and icon in training that just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm celebrating with a series of videos, a giveaway, and more. So make sure to hit that subscribe button as I answer each question, and when I hit 10,000 subscribers in the future, we will revisit this video to see how we both have evolved. What date is it? Today is June 27th, 2024. It is 11:33 a.m. What is your name? Well, it is Dante Stefan with an F DiDomenico. How old are you?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, you can't ask that. That question's off limits.
I didn't approve that question. Thank you. Actually, we don't do birthdays. We do anniversaries, darling, like Mariah Carey. And we actually have not done birthdays since the pandemic. So, yeah. How many Instagram followers do you have? I don't even know. I need to check that. I have 1,111 followers. On TikTok, I have 89.7 thousand followers. And on Twitter, I think I have like 2K or something. How many Google results for your name? Let's try. Let's do it. Okay. Will it even tell me how many? Like, how do I even do that? Oh, we're at the end already. Oh, I just got humbled. Okay. And not all of these are applicable to me. I think if I do my name together, it's more relevant. 27, 28. Oh, there's more. 28. Where do I see the number of results? About like 28, 30. But honestly, my tweets have been featured in articles, and when I search those up, those don't come up. So actually, like 3 years ago, I realized that I was mentioned in all these articles and nobody informed me. Plus, I was featured in the Wall Street Journal article from when I did my KNTY News reporter thing. So I would say about 30. Who is a famous... Team, I need some water. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Let me know if you need anything else.
Thanks. No, actually, I'm gonna keep it. Thanks. Who is a famous person on your phone? Me, that's it. The biggest thing to happen in your career. I would say this, hitting 1,000, that was very affirming. I feel like YouTube is something that's really hard to get 1,000 subscribers on. I would say getting invited to the Cowboy Carter launch party. You know, I get emails from Ivy Park or Sacred all the time, but they're like spam ones and they're like clearly fake. So when I got this email, I was honestly so shocked that it was legit, and I was nervous the entire time leading up to it because I was just scared that me and Ari were gonna get to the door and it was gonna be like a scam and we would be like embarrassed, and it would be like one of those moments in a movie where they're like, you're not on the list. But we actually were on the list. So that was a really cool moment because it was something that I'm actually passionate about. My love for Beyonce, the fact that I was recognized after all of the videos I've posted and all the times I've tagged her label and Sony Music. So I was very honored and grateful to be invited to that, and that was a really fun night. So I would say that. What's most important to you right now? I recently went to Florida and I found not one, but two mussel, I forget what it's called, cockle shells or whatever. And because we found the second one, basically the whole time we were at the beach, I was like, I want to find a starfish, I want to find a conch shell, I want to find something from the ocean. And we didn't find anything but little tiny teeny seashells. Basically, my friend Ari, every time we were in the water, Ari would be like, I feel something on my foot, like go dive. And I would dive and get it, and it would be like a little rock or a broken sand doll or something. And finally he was like, oh my God, I feel something really big. It's like a rock or something. So I went down, I grab it, and I'm thinking it's a rock or something. I had the salt water in my eyes, and they're all gasping, the other people with us in the ocean. And it was this mussel. And so we found that one, and we took it home. And then also we found another one. And I'm like, this is not a coincidence. And I searched it up. I searched up the spiritual meaning behind mussels or cockle shells. I don't want to be banned from this video.
And I remember him putting these big black cocks. Feathers. That's the name of the bird.
Anyways, let's just say it's a mussel. And basically they said, when you find that in your life, that means you need to prioritize your health. Number one, you need to learn how to balance your work and life and social life, like find that work-life balance. And also you need to protect your energy, protect your ideas. And what else did it say? And it said you need to be appreciative of your surroundings no matter what they are. So I think what's important to me right now is trying to practice gratitude because I'm in this content creation journey. I'm always striving for something greater, and I never really take the time to celebrate the moments. That's why I'm forcing myself to celebrate every time I hit a milestone of subscribers, because my mind is always on the next thing, or I'm thinking we need to get more followers, we need to get more events, we need to do more things, make more money, whatever. You know, everyone's idea of success as they say, is different, but for me, it's the conventional type. But I'm always striving towards something greater, and so sometimes I need to look around and be appreciative of what I have and how far I've come, and that's why I like these kind of videos where I reflect back, because it reminds me to just stop and think. So what's important to me right now is always health, happiness, achieving my dreams, but also, I guess, practicing gratitude and remembering to stop and smell the roses. I have a hard time doing that. I'm very future oriented. Are you more confident this year compared to last year? So this is another thing that I was just talking about with my friends. I don't think I'm confident. This is a realization that I had. I don't think I'm confident. I think I'm just courageous. There are times where I don't 100% believe in myself. I see people doing things, I compare things to myself, and I really try my best not to do that, but I'm human and that's normal and I do that. And so what I do is, but at the same time, I think to myself, you know, you're not confident, but you have the balls to do all these things like putting confetti or doing Can't See My News or applying to that reporter job and just putting myself out there on social media, showing my body, whatever. You know, for a lot of people, that's something that they'll never do. And for me, that's something I never thought I would do. But I think I just have the courage to do it because I have no confidence to lose anything. I don't know how to articulate this. And it's hard for me to be vulnerable like this because I don't like to be seen as weak or insecure. But there are many times where I am insecure, and I think I just have the courage to do things because what do I have to lose? And it's not because I'm necessarily confident in myself. And I don't know if that's just life. I don't know. I think confidence is a journey that everyone's always on, and you just have to keep rolling with the punches. Do you think you're successful? So same thing. I think I am successful in other people's eyes, but from my idea of success, I'm not there yet. However, I am very grateful for those who have put me in this position, and I'm very grateful to be in this position and have this energy, and I'm grateful for how far I've come. But as always, there's lots more to go. There's always things to improve. There's always things to level up. So let's keep going. How would you define being most successful next year? Next year, I want to not be doing the same things, but on another level, hopefully, and keep improving and have results, tangible results that show for that, and more physical experiences, because another thing, as a content creator and also in my career of being in social media marketing, advertising, creative direction, whatever, communications, we'll say, because we're always online and we're putting things out there, like, yes, the vanity metrics such as likes and comments are tangible, we can see that, but other than that, it's not like having an in-person business or being a pop star where you're doing things in person, you're going to concerts and seeing all the people that love you. You get 100 likes on something or 200 views and you're like, okay, that's a flop, like that's not good enough. But people always say, you know, 200 people in a room, that's a lot of people. So you really shouldn't doubt yourself for that. But because it's not so tangible, you don't really realize it. So that's why I think another reason why the Cowboy Carter launch party was so affirming to me and validating and inspiring and motivating to me is because I could see that I am meant to be there and I was reached out to. So it's different tangible things that I could see in front of my eyes. So I'm hoping for more tangible experiences like that. How often do you get recognized in public? Not ever, but I will say last fall, there was like 2 experiences where people that I guess they've seen me on social media or we go to the same school and I didn't know them personally, but they walked up to me. It was once in class and once at a cafe, and they were both basically like, I think I follow you and I really like your content. So that was really nice. That made my day. Always compliment people. It makes people's day. You don't know what someone's going through, and when you give that compliment, you could be making their whole week, month, year. Do you want to go back to being anonymous? I will say there are moments where I'm very frustrated and I just want to drop everything, hide, and just do nothing but read and like go to the gym and eat like mango. This is very random because I know I'm never gonna do that because I always think to myself, I wish I could just disappear sometimes and for a break and just focus on myself, but I already am focusing on myself. It's just I post about it. And as well, I don't post anything. I think I'm really good at setting boundaries. I don't think I'll ever be anonymous because it's not in my nature. And I always think to myself, if I didn't do content creation or talk about music and pop culture, I don't really know what I'd be doing because I don't really have any other passions. So, I mean, I do have passions, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically what I'm trying to say is no. What's the biggest event in the news right now? My mind is honestly going blank. Cowboy Carter vinyl released. What's a positive thing in the news right now? To be honest, I haven't really looked on the news today. I haven't looked on Twitter. I haven't looked on nothing because when I film, I get up ready and film. So I really wouldn't know. We'll find out later. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I wish everybody nothing but the best. What trend are you over right now? Okay, so last night I saw a TikTok where Sade's song Pearls.
There's a woman in Somalia scraping for pearls on the roadside.
Is going viral on TikTok. Now, I am a diehard Sade fan. I've loved Sade since I discovered her in I would say 2019, 2020, whatever, the pandemic. And lately, everybody's into this Sade aesthetic, which is they're turning it into this clean girl aesthetic. And they're reducing this complex and articulate and intelligent and gorgeous person into hoop earrings and red lipstick. And Sade is so much more than that. And they're using her song Pearls, which is literally about famine and struggle. And they're using it for thirst traps. And I just feel like that's, an ick to me. Can we not look at what lyrics mean before we sing to them for a thirst trap? So I'm over that, really. What's the biggest rumor about you? I feel like I'm aware of all the rumors about me and all what people think of me. I think I know how people perceive me. So I've heard that I intimidate people or I seem like I'm mean at first. And I'm sorry if I gave that off, but I'm just a tourist. And I'm just the type of person where I like to try to think before I speak when I first meet somebody, and I'm very reserved. But once we get to know each other, then I'm we're fun. And it's not like I'm a bitch and I have resting bitch face. I'll be like, hi, how are you? But then, I try to make you feel welcome. But then maybe if other people are talking, I would just sit and be like, and I guess that comes off as intimidating to people or mean, and I do not mean that at all. I've had several people tell me that, when so-and-so first met you, they thought you were really mean and rude, and they thought that you were, not directly towards them, but the atmosphere. They thought you were very reserved, serious, and then once they got to know you, they thought you were really bubbly and fun. And so I don't know why I give that up. I even had someone be like, you just seem so much older because you have your shit together. I'm like, y'all don't know the inside of my life, the behind the scenes. It's a mess over here too. We are on the same level. But I guess you guys just have to get to know me. Do you have a love life?
Whoa, once again, you're not allowed to ask that question.
Did anybody approve these questions? Next question. The lowest point of your year. Honestly, something doesn't come to mind, but I would probably say that my last semester, because I had horrible group projects. Everybody can go choke. I hate y'all. Drinks crew excluded. Except for select individuals, every group project I've been has been a nightmare, and my last semester blessed me with several. Plus in-person exams, which I hadn't done since 2019. So I actually had to apply myself, and not here for that. So that was a low point. I think during finals is where I always get rid of all self-care, stop taking care of myself, just focus on school. And plus, when you gotta be the bad bitch who has to fucking take initiative and be the leader in all your group projects is very exhausting, but I got through it. What do you hope to take away from your tour? Well, I'm not Miss Eilish, so I'm not on tour, but I basically feel like my life is a tour because I'm always traveling from my house, and I live very far away. I live from my house to my sister's house, who lives on all the other end of the town. Then I gotta go to my friend's house, all on the other side of the town, then my grandmother's, and then I gotta go here, there, blah, blah, blah. Plus I'm line dancing now with my mother, who has a line dancing business called Cheating Hearts, and we're going all over. So it feels like I'm on a tour, but I'm actually quite a homebody. Favorite color right now? I'm very into yellow right now. My case is yellow, it's groovy, lava lamp colors, red, yellow, orange. That's what I'm into. It used to be blue and lime green. I had a lime green phase. Now we're on yellow. Do you feel pressure? Absolutely, I feel pressure because I'm putting my life out there and I'm telling people like you my dreams and aspirations, and there's a chance that maybe those won't happen, and that's something that I just have to be happy with. But I'm gonna do my absolute best to actualize my dreams and make sure that they are realized. I think I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself to be perfect and to do better, and that's not always the case. Sometimes I have to remind myself you're doing the best you can with what you have in your external environment and your internal mindset. But I will always strive for excellence, and that's just something that's instilled in me. Is there anything that annoys you now that didn't a year ago? I would just say the interaction of people and just the act of engaging with other people. Not that I'm not here for it. I think social media, you need to be social, but I am just in a place right now where I feel like last year I was just over consuming too much, over consuming podcasts, over consuming music, over consuming concerts, over consuming going out instead of actually focusing on my goals, and also like over consuming social media, trying to keep it up with the trends, whatever. Whereas now I'm right in this moment. Like I said before, I've been doing a detox on following people because I'm in a moment where I want to detox everybody, stop giving so much. I need to focus on me, and I need to create more than I consume. And I think that's so important for any creative in any realm or industry. Now, I'm not saying I'm practicing it perfectly every day, but I'm doing a good job. What advice would you give yourself a year ago? Set better boundaries, consume less, create more, like I said before, and sign up for the gym earlier. Not because we need to look a certain way, but just because you need to get moving. And right now, you haven't been going because you've been busy as hell. Where do you hope to be a few years from now? I hope from a few years from now, I have relocated to the US, hopefully. I haven't started researching for it, and I haven't made any action yet, but I'm hoping that will transcribe. I hope I have a nice little job with some benefits, good pay, something fun and experiential and tangible, and continuing to evolve with my content, moving on to another artist with Project Iconic, moving on to another category of Flip It to Flop. I'm really hoping I get to the fashion portion soon because I can't wait to upgrade my wardrobe, and being healthier, being happier, finishing some more books, having some more vinyls, having a bigger space where I can be more creative and kind of having my own space, and just continuing to create more than consume, and being recognized by my peers and the people that I look up to, and collaborating more, and just all the things that people strive for, and being monetized more. That's all. The biggest person you performed for? Myself. Are you aware of people when you're playing? When I am doing content, I stop being aware of people. I just film myself, but I haven't gotten any crazy looks when I look back at a video or do something. So again, courage over confidence. I think I'm just very courageous, and I have a very low spatial awareness where I hyperfixate and focus on the task that I'm doing. I don't really look at what's happening around me. So I think that helps in my courage because if I knew more what was happening around me, I feel like I would be more embarrassed to do things. But also, I'm not one of those people that really draws attention to myself in doing videos. Like, I know my place, and I don't know how to describe it, but I don't like to be cringe about it. But again, there's an element of putting yourself out there and being cringe to get to the next level. So maybe that's something I need to work on. Favorite artist of the moment? I would say I've been listening to my usuals: Beyonce, Mariah, Janet, all the legends, really. I've been listening to a lot of 80s music because I've been going through all my cassettes, like Wham, George Michael, Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, Sade, Paula Abdul. But then also recently I've gotten into Chappelle Roan, which actually I was listening to Red Wine Supernova a year ago before she started popping off right now. I'm glad she's getting the recognition because she absolutely deserves it. And she's actually working with a prop person that I follow on Instagram. So I thought that was really cool. Anyways, yeah, I would say in the traditional sense, Chappelle Roan or Chappelle Roan. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name. But like, that's just been like in the past couple of days. Usually I don't really stray from my favorites. How do you feel about the IT industry? I don't recall her saying that. Wishing them all the best. I think they mean like the music industry. How do I feel the music industry? I feel like just the creative industry as a whole. It's a little bit scary because recently MTV News was shut down. There was other publications being shut down. There was something about Sesame Street, like episodes have just been erased from history. And it's a little bit, and I just feel like also with the state of the music industry, it's just a lot of systems are collapsing because they were never gonna function properly in the first place because they're built upon various factors that are negative. And so as a creative, it's a little bit scary when you're striving towards something and you see all the systems around you collapsing, and it seems like everything's very saturated right now. It's hard to grab people's attention. There's a lot of competition out there. It can be very daunting. And I guess that plays into the other pressure part. So I think that's why it's also so hard on myself. I'm like, we have to keep going. We have to keep going. And I don't really know what the future will hold. It's very scary sometimes, I have to say. I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm striving towards something that may not exist. And then there's the AI of it all. But you know, we just have to be positive, and I just have to tell myself, you know, that's not gonna be my experience, hopefully. And we do our best. Is there anything new that you were hoping to do? She said musically. I guess I would say in a broader sense. I do want to make music one day. That's gonna be happening very soon. Trust, you will be dealt with. Is there anything new that I hope to do creatively? Just get my series done. Consistency is always a problem with me, and it's just, I realize it's not my fault. It's the external environment. I've been so hard on myself before. It's the external environment of school and different familial things and whatever, and you just gotta roll with the punches and keep going. I will never give up. I will never not fight for this, no matter how long it takes. My birth chart said, you will find success and fame. It's just gonna take you a lot of time. So I guess I gotta just be patient and enjoy it while I can. What are some criticisms of your music, or I guess my content? Well, I think criticism of my content is I can never decide between doing too much or doing less. I feel like there's a lot of people on different apps who do nothing. They just talk to the camera and they get millions of views, and there's other people who go to extreme lengths and they also do well. But usually it's the case of people who are doing too much, like me, who don't see those results that they thought they were gonna get. It's like the TikTok effect of when you spend like 2 hours on a video that you really think, I'm like, this is great, this is gonna be great. You post it, it flops. And then the video you don't care about, like my How to Be Iconic 101 video, you just post, you're like, whatever, I don't care anymore. And that's the one that takes off. So I would say my criticism is I often get confused and stuck in an analysis paralysis state where I'm like, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I need to step up this? Do I need to do less of this? Is this even worth me having on my plate? I don't know. So I'm always adding and dropping things, and hopefully something will stick. Who is your best friend? My best friend is Ari Dominguez. He's always my go-to advisee. Is that the word? I honestly consider him like a mentor. Like, we push each other to be better, and he will always give it to me straight, because he'll just be like, Dante, no, don't do that shit. It's not worth it. You're not gonna have time because you're gonna do this and this and this, and then this is gonna happen. I'm like, oh, he has a point. Very humbling. He's a very humbling person. But he also, I know that it comes from a place of passion and friendship and positive energy. And I obviously reciprocate the same for him, as we are both creative. So make sure to go subscribe to his channel. The most used app you have, Twitter. It's always Twitter. Twitter is, no matter what people say, it is the birthplace of trends, or, well, I would say TikTok is a little bit in the mix now. But just in terms of news, pop culture, and memes, Twitter is always the birthplace. And it trickles on down to some tragic little discount bin you found on the Reels tab that you no doubt fished out of for your trending audio for your little reel of B-roll. And that's it. Twitter is the cerulean of social media. Craziest fan gift you've received recently? Well, nothing. But if you would like to send me something, by all means, go ahead. Let me know. I'm always, if someone has some cassettes or CDs or vinyls they want to hand my way, or a cassette player, I've literally been dropping hints to everybody in my family and friends to get me a cassette player, and nobody's taking the hint. And my birthday passed, and there was one attempt apparently, and it fell through, and then that wasn't even replaced with something else. It was just, okay, happy birthday. So can somebody get me a damn cassette player? Because there's none I could find. Obviously, I would outsource it myself if I had the means. What's the biggest thing you've been struggling with? Consistency. It's always consistency. Because when I was in school, it's always been a thing of, I need to focus on school, I need to focus on school, grades come first, it's important, but it's hard for me to find that balance. I've seen many people who do content creation and go to the gym and have a social life and also also do school, but for me, I'm always someone who grades are top priority, and I just can't see myself handing in something late or sacrificing something for the sake of a video. I think education is important. That's something that can never be taken away from you. You can never have your education pulled out from under you. So that's something that always comes top priority. So unfortunately, some other things have to take the back seat, but now that that's out of the way, and once a job comes into play, then I will actually have weekends and evenings off where I don't have homework, I don't have to study, I don't have to do extra things, where I can focus on other things. What do you want to say to yourself in a year? Continue to be courageous, continue to pour into yourself, continue to create over consuming. You are beautiful, you are talented, you are intelligent, you are an icon in training, in the making, a legend in the making. And no doubt, with all the efforts that you put in, it will most definitely amount to something, and you will leave a lasting legacy. I love you. And I love you guys too, honestly. I would wish that to anybody. I just don't know y'all personally. Not yet. Please, comment on my messages. Comment to my DMs. Let's talk. Let's be friends. I don't care. And that's it. I feel like I'm doing Vogue, A Life in Looks, and I'm about to sign it. And that concludes our interview. Let me know in the comments below if you related to any of my answers to these questions and if you got to know me better. Plus, don't forget to enter my giveaway to win different CDs and cassettes from pop icons. I will link it all below. Bye, guys.